What is up, you guys? This is All Day Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you another ArFA-sys build video. So this build video is going to be another support build, but it's going to be a healer slash buffer build. So my first video that I had for ArFA-sys was a straight heal build with a few buffs, and then the second one I had for her was an all buff build. So this one is pretty much half and half. She's going to have one weapon set as straight heals, and the other weapon set as straight buffs. So, and one debuff. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at her abilities. So I'm going to go ahead and unequip her accessories. So with her stats, I have 75 strength, 114 vitality, 255 intelligence, 61 agility, 52 in dexterity, and 49 in luck. So the reason why I got 75 in strength is so that she can dual equip some of her weapons, as well as being able to use some weapons and having some gear weight to have some room in order to use any other weapon that she might want to use, or I might want to give her, I mean. And then for her vitality, the reason why I gave her 114 is because I was generally going to stop at 100 or 110, but I thought, I did stop at 110, but I had extra points, so I just put into vitality. But the vitality helps with the survivability for her. Intelligence, the reason why I maxed it all the way up is because that reduces the recharge time and the effectiveness of all of her skills and gadgets. So higher intelligence means higher buffs. I wouldn't say higher buffs, I'm not sure about the buffs, but the heals for sure do heal a lot more. And then agility, so I didn't worry too much about agility, dexterity, or luck. I just kind of balanced the three out with each other because she doesn't necessarily need any of those unless you're looking for her to put out way more damage, which would come from the dexterity, or having her have more defensive perks, which would come from agility and luck. And then luck also helps with the drop rates and the crit rates, but in my opinion I don't really see that big of a difference with the crit rate and the item drop rates. And now for her skills, so she's got, for her I'm using handgun and rockets, but you can use any weapon of your choice for her as long as you've got these stats all set up for her. So you want healing bullet 3, healing field shot 2, healing field shot 3, and AED shot. That's going to be your the healer set for her, the healer build. The reason why I'm using 2 healing fields is because, it's nice for her to have 2 different healing fields. Sometimes she'll use one and then she'll be able to use the other. Sometimes she'll use both. And what's nice is she'll also sometimes use it on 2 different allies. So sometimes she will also use both healing fields on one ally, but it's really nice when she does use it on one ally and then shoots out at the other ally, because that's just easier for someone like myself would be able to get to one or the other rather than having to run across the map to get to one. And then healing bullet obviously is a really good single target heal, which generally all of her heals pretty much do full health healing. AED shot being a really important one, because that way she doesn't have to go up to any of their dead allies or downed allies and have to pick them up by hand, rather than shooting them with the AED shot. And then for my launcher, I'm not using graviton shot, I'm just using all buffs and debuffs. So I have armor break shot 3, which is a debuff, a big debuff to the enemy's armor, which lets you and allies do more damage. Nanotech boost shot 2, power form shot 2, and critical form shot 2. Now nanotech boost shot increases whoever she uses this on, it increases all of their stats by, I'm not sure, but it increases all of their stats by a large amount. Power form shot increases all damage, so whether you're using skill damages or you're using weapon damage, it increases all of that. So the next one would be critical form shot. So this one increases your crit damage or your crit rate. Not the crit damage, but it does increase your crit rate, which does help a lot, especially if you're playing a sniper and she uses this on you. You'll be able to hit that 99.9k more often rather than not, because she'll have this. Now if you have her with critical form shot 3 and power form shot 3 and nanotech form boost shot 3, this would make her even a better and a much stronger support AI to have on your team. Now for her gadget setup, I have first aid kit, metal material camouflage, flashbang, and electromax stun trap. Now, you don't necessarily need to use Electromag Stun Trap. I'd recommend using anti-AR Veil instead, because that way she can pop up a shield in front of her so she won't die as often when it comes to enemies shooting at her, because she'll have a shield in front of her, a hologram shield, which negates the damage. But it won't negate lasers and whatnot from hitting her, because those, especially the one-shots or enemies or bosses rushing, that's not going to stop them. But it's nice to have her use this, especially since she's not a tank, so she doesn't need to be up on the enemies. She doesn't even really have to shoot. She just has to pop the shield up, and it helps you as well. Especially if you're a sniper and you don't want to get shot up by a lot of bullets, all you have to do is just go behind her anti-AR veil and you'll be pretty set. First aid kit, just in case she needs it. Metamaterial camouflage. It's really useful when she's gonna go and revive allies. It helps so much. And then flashbang is really good to stagger enemies or bosses, big bosses too. It staggers them really easily. It doesn't stagger mechs though, so keep that in mind. It only staggers life forms and humanoids. Now for her equipment, so the equipment I'm not worried about. I need to equip my customization data stuff. But with the equipment, it doesn't really matter what weapons you're using, like I said, as long as you've got the ability set up. So I'm not even going to go over her abilities or her weapons. But her accessories, I have the Frog Helmet F. This one, with the memory chips it gives, is +4 luck, +16 dexterity, and then max HP recovered over 1 minute. 29% max HP recovered over 1 minute. So this is pretty good. It's not like super great. What I would recommend is having 2 stats, 2 attribute stats, and then avoid instant death when at like 30% max health or something. And then the other one is going to be her face mask, which is giving me luck, and then 11.9% defense versus mechs and debuff duration. So this is actually really nice, the defense versus the mechs. She's pretty much at 12% defense versus mechs, which is going to be super useful as well, because that means she's not going to take a lot of damage from mechs. I mean, granted, she will still take a good chunk of damage because she's only at 2,000 defense, but I mean, still, this is not a bad stat to have. So that's pretty much it. Oh, and before I forget, her AI settings as well. So you go to AI menu, AI settings, and you're going to just prioritize healing, attack on battle start, heal regularly, and prioritize reviving. That makes her a better support and just a better AI, especially since she doesn't have much damage. So that AI setting is pretty much the same exact thing as all the other ones that I have. But yeah, that's pretty much it with this video. If this helped you out, go and leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know down in the comment section as well. If you have any tips or anything that you want to give me or give anyone else, go ahead and put that down in the comment section. And if you have any suggestions for any other builds that you'd like to see, let me know as well. And that's pretty much it. This is all day in day one on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, peace.